Well, welcome to the Historic Tour Company, the firetruck in Virginia City, Montana. Let me give you a little history lesson on how we came to being here. In 1862, gold was discovered over in Bannock. Bannock is about 70 miles west of here, to the side of Dillon. On May 26th of 1863, there were 6 miners out of Bannock. They were headed for the Yellowstone country on an expedition. Got into all kinds of trouble on the other side of the mountain. Wound up turning around and headed back to Bannock. They camped for the night down at the end of the street on the gulch. While one of them was fixing supper, the other boys went to look for a little color in the creek. The color they found, one of the largest placer gold deposits ever discovered in the world. Placer meaning the gold is all held in the alluvial-fine materials of the stream bed. In other words, in the sands and gravels. 1864 prices, $16 an ounce for gold. They mined over $100 million worth of gold out of this gulch behind you. And that was just the placer gold, it's not the hard rock or the dredging operations. Now to miners came the merchants. With the miners and the merchants came some individuals who didn't want to work for a living. Go figure. Some of them were called road agents. Have a very high percentage of robberies and murders here early on. Fact is, in the first year of existence, we had over 100 murders. Towards the end of 1863, part of the merchants and miners were Masons. And if you look right across the street from the second story, that is a Masonic temple, still active today. Those Masons formed a group called the Vigilantes, and the Vigilantes set back cleaned up territory, much as they'd done in California and Colorado. In the course of 6 weeks' time, they hung 22 individuals. On January 14th, they brought 5 of those individuals into town. They put them on trial. They were found guilty, and they were sentenced to be hung. And they were looking for a place to hang them. Just so happens to be this brown building over here across the street with the 2 doors. That building is still known today as the Hangman's Building. It was under construction at the time. The roof was not on it. But if you look down the near wall there, you'll see a bump over the window. That's a beam pocket. There's a beam that runs from this wall to the other wall. Holds 2 walls, parallel and perpendicular. That's a perfect place for hanging. They took the 5 individuals over there. They put them up on boxes. They said their goodbyes. And one of them said, "Hooray for Jefferson Davis," and jumped to his death. Obviously, he was a Southern sympathizer. That was a really good person, the miners here. And after the tour, you get a chance to wander around over there. Far door over there is Dave Baker's Hat Shop and Rock Shop. We don't know what happened to Dave. I haven't seen him since Monday afternoon. Don't know whether the Vigilantes got him or if he just hadn't showed up for work for the last week. Near side, there's the Sarah Bickford side. You can actually peek in the window there. There's a dioramic there of the hanging there on the table. Unfortunately, you can't get inside there because the old beam is still there. You can actually see the rope marks on the old beam. And there's a great story there about Sarah Bickford. She was the first black woman to own a utility company in the United States. She owned a water company here for years. Pretty interesting story about her life and how she got here. The 5 individuals hung over there, they're all buried up on Boot Hill. We're headed to Boot Hill to show you the grave sites. Gonna give you a little history lesson along the way. Show you some of the more interesting sites around town. So sit back, enjoy the view, and enjoy the ride on the fire truck.